There was a lot of noise last week about where Coach Prime would be a good fit when it came down to, head coach Prime finding another job outside of Jackson, because people saw what he was able to get his team to do last week against FAMU's football team in the Orange Blossom Classic, and they left everybody talking about, oh, he'll fit good over here in Nebraska. He'll fit good over here at Georgia Tech. He'll fit good over here. He'll fit good over there. I'm like, okay. Now this week, because Coach Prime has spoken out vehemently about playing in classics, it doesn't make sense. Now he's a sellout. I'm trying to understand what exactly is going on. But I'm going to give you a quick rundown on things that I personally saw during my time in Memphis going to the Southern Heritage Classic. Let's get into it right after this. It's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell and get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share, and tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's double positive vibes. We just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, Coach gonna go ahead and jump on in this thing because enough is enough. Enough is enough. Coach Prime, I know you sitting there telling me give you your theme music. We ain't gonna give you the theme music just yet. We need to tackle some things right quick. So let's get into this right now. 247 Sports. They was talking about how Coach Prime would be a good fit, and I'm gonna start off with, listen, as I stated before, if the school does not have Under Armour as the apparel for his athletes to play, if you don't have Under Armour, forget about it. Jackson State has Under Armour. Jackson State, he's looking to turn into a dynasty. Why can't people understand that? I get it. Everybody wants to reach out to him just to see if they can pluck him from Jackson State to say, hey, you know what? We told you guys. We told you the first thing smoking, he was going to be up out of here. He was going to go get on that train, and he was gone. But you know what? When you build relationships with athletes, when you build relationships with these kids in the manner in which he's done, I don't see how in the world he's going to up and leave and go somewhere else after he's done all of that with these athletes that are happy being at an HBCU. This whole thing with Travis Hunter picking Jackson State over Florida State has everybody up in arms. And yes, the question about him being hurt and all this, that, and the third, if he was at a daggone Power 5 or if he's at a Power 5 or PWI institution, guess what they'd be doing right now? They'd be trying to shove his behind back out there on the field and not trying to make sure that he's, ready and equipped to get out there and compete at a high level, because they'd rather have 50% of Travis Hunter than none at all, because everybody's coming out there to see this. And then one thing about it is Coach Prime and his coaching staff, they're doing their due diligence, making sure that they protect Travis Hunter from himself so that when it comes time for him to get back on that field, he's good to go. Yeah, he didn't play in the Southern Heritage Classic. Just like another athlete that we wanted to see out there on the field, he played special teams, but he wasn't out there in his normal position. And I understand all of the chatter that's going on, but I'm going to tell you this. If he up and go, he has no leg to stand on, because you can redshirt now and try to go play in somebody else's program. It's not a guarantee you go to somebody else's program and you're going to be the starter. I'm just being honest with you. Right now, ride the wave out. Keep competing, King. That's all I'm going to tell you. Keep competing. Get yourself together. Whatever it is that's going on, get together, build it up, get back where you're trying to get to, and let's go. Smash the gas and go. That's what it's all about. But let's get back onto this Southern Heritage Classic business here, because I'm just like, you know what? I get it now. And like I said, I had a great time while I was there. But I understand why the people of Memphis are upset at the fact that the Classic is no longer there, because guess what? Everybody's eating. Everybody's eating off of Tennessee State, Jackson State when they come in town, especially when they bring those crowds. They know the crowd's going to come in there to watch this game. Man, look here. You had 51,320-something patrons in the daggone stadium. I could be off by a patron or two, or 20 or 30 or 100. But hey, y'all see the number right here. Yes, that's how many people they had in attendance. And the crazy thing is, I'm just trying to understand who gave back to the schools. Everybody made money. Even the daggone promoter made big money. Man, did you see the parking lot? There was nowhere to park. You had all of the tailgating took over the parking lot. You had a couple of folks here and there that was able to park. After that, there was nowhere to park. You had to find somewhere to park. So yeah, you gave the money back to the daggone community. I ain't mad at that. That is genius, because guess what? If you got the community behind you, they're happy. You got people allowing folks to park their cars in their front yards, in their driveways. Heck, the churches was making money. Gas stations was making money. Daggone car washes, the hand car wash that you go in there and wash your car, they were making money off of all of the folks that was coming into Memphis for this game. The tweet that hit that Coach Prime is a sellout. Why is it that somebody's a sellout when they want to see a different type of change for something that's been going on for so long, and which is genuine? And what I mean by that is, if you've gone to HBCU, you already know that HBCUs have been shortchanged for years. There's been this extra added about there's a particular number that an HBCU can make off of a game against a Power 5 or a PWI. That's what really sparked a lot of this. And the crazy part about it again is, like I said before, I think somebody jumped on one of the videos that I talked about in the comments saying, man, HBCUs ain't worth that kind of money. Why they not? Why aren't they worth $1 million for them to go play that daggone game? You gotta put all these kids on these buses. You gotta get them to where they gotta go. You gotta lodge them, feed them, and then you gotta bring the dignitaries and everybody else that, oh, I forgot about the band, the cheerleaders and everybody else that still gotta come too. That's gotta be lodged and housed and fed and so on and so forth. What about them? So we just supposed to do without because we want to come get this check for y'all to come play. Who keep drawing these lines in the sand and say that this is the way it's supposed to go? That ain't the way it's supposed to go. Today's price ain't yesterday's price. Understand that. We got to get that in our mindset that today's price is not yesterday's price. Let's understand that. The whole sellout thing here really got me disturbed. And I'm going to put up here for you the definition of a sellout. What exactly is a sellout? What does being a sellout mean? A sellout is a person who betrays something to which she or he is said to owe allegiance. When used in a racial context among African Americans, sellout is a disparaging term that refers to blacks who knowingly or with gross negligence act against the interests of blacks as a whole. Well, guys, let me get a clear understanding here. Coach Prime is acting against blacks as a whole, because I think this man is speaking up for all HBCUs. I think he stated his comments was about all HBCUs should demand more. If we continue to keep sitting here accepting bare minimum, what are we doing? We've been accepting bare minimum for God knows how long. Matter of fact, we've been accepting bare minimum since the existence of HBCUs, when you had Cheney University being the first, in which the kids were able to get educated, the parents weren't. The slaves were taught by their kids how to read and write. Why is that? That's a generation plus you already kept back. I'm sorry if I'm throwing history out there, but I'm just saying, it comes a point in time where we got to understand what's going on. Yeah, I get it. Jackson State is the hottest thing on the block right now to talk about, and I talk about them just as well because, you know, people are going to come out, they're going to look and see exactly what it is that you have to put on the table for them to digest when it comes to entertainment, for them to say, man, you know what? I like this guy here as far as the information that he's giving us about our institution. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I respectfully understand why the folks of Memphis are upset about the classic being taken away. Heck, I even asked the officer who was standing out there with his daggone ticket book, writing tickets because people was parking on the medians up and down the daggone road because there was nowhere to park. We parked 2 miles away, actually I think it was 2 miles away from the stadium. Just from the stadium. We ain't talking about getting up in the stadium. We parked 2.5 miles away from the stadium, walked to the stadium just to get inside. And once we got on the premises to see what was going on in the parking lot, the daggone tailgating took up the parking lot. You had vendors outside, vendors inside. Them vendors got paid at that daggone Southern Heritage Classic. You can't tell me this man didn't make no bread off of this. And we didn't talk about the sponsors. But again, what is there for these schools? Because remember one thing, and I say this all the time. If you have no product, what do you have? Jackson State, Tennessee State, they are the product. If you don't have no product, what do you have? We've seen the numbers in the past of when these teams came in there and played. They ain't look nothing like this. They ain't look nothing not like this. They were 40,000. I think it was like 46, 47,000, somewhere in there. But I'm like, you're seeing an uptick in this now. People are beginning to put more eyes on this, and they want to see what's happening. They want to come see this game. But when you got a coach that's looking to better the situation for the institution, it's a problem. Because the money is already going back to the general fund. The money's not going back to the football team. It's going back to the general fund. So again, I ask, how is this man a sellout? Please explain, how is he a sellout? See, we throw terms and words around at people that, you know, we want to place these names and stuff on people that's not even, that shouldn't even be placed. Coach Prime don't need me to hold the radio for him and turn the theme music off while, you know, I get this off and let y'all, you know, say what I have to say. But as a man that's out here trying to provoke change himself and want to see change within the community, you got to understand, man, what we doing is foul. It's like we're trying to build it up. And as soon as we don't build a block or put a block where you wanted to go, you say, hey, I'm going to blow it all up. For what? And then guess what? Who's watching? The kids are watching that might want to participate and want to become a part of this. And then they decide they want to go elsewhere. You got to find a way to build it up, put this money back in these programs. I'm just saying. But guys, you know what? I ain't going to hold y'all too much longer. Like I said, 51,000 folks. And like I said, and matter of fact, I'm going to leave you with this last piece. If you do 51,000 times $38 per ticket, you ended up with 1.93 million. Excuse me, 1.938 million in ticket sales. And we know daggone well all them tickets in that stadium was not $38 a piece. So again, let's be real what we're talking about here. You're giving these folks peanuts to come play in a classic in which they could have had this classic at home and they could have had a bigger payout amongst themselves. I'm just being honest with you. There come a point in time where you got to understand today's price ain't yesterday's price. But that doesn't mean he's a sellout because he understands the value of HBCUs. And when he spoke about all HBCUs. He said, collectively, we all need to come together. We need to put a committee together. He didn't say Jackson State. He didn't say he needed to put the committee together. He said we. So again, I go back to the definition again of sellout. Sellout is a person who betrays something to which he or she is said to owe allegiance. When used in racial context among African Americans, sellout is a disparaging term that refers to blacks who knowingly or with gross negligence act against the interests of blacks as a whole. How are you acting against the negligence? How are you acting against interests of blacks as a whole when you're trying to help the whole get more? Guys, Coach gonna get up out of here. I know that one right there got y'all like, whoa, Coach, you on one today. Yeah, I had to really sit down and digest some things. I'm just trying to get it all together because I don't understand, because that word really bothers me when you say somebody's a sellout. He's not a sellout. He just wants more for all institutions, which is something we all should want more for our institutions. We climb on here and talk about everything else under the sun. Let's talk about this word sellout. That word's terrible. The man is not a sellout. The man is standing up. And everybody that we've known of in the past, everybody that is known for standing up in the past, what has happened to them? Something chaotic has happened because they stood for change. I ain't talking about the foolery. I'm talking about standing for change. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave it alone because I can go on and on with this. But guys, I want to say thank you to everybody that was able to reach out and touch while I was there in Memphis. I appreciate you all. Thank you again for rocking with me. I had a wonderful time at the Classic, but I just had to go ahead and share that with you guys because, again, you got to be kidding me with this, right? We're talking about sellout. Man, that's terrible, man. But until next time, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to get all upcoming videos. And remember, be the one and lead.